We're finding out, especially today, that you have a lot more problems than just Bobby Seale being on trial for the conspiracy. And I think maybe it'd be interesting to find out, since we're doing a thing on Chicago, exactly, what some of the specific problems are right now in Chicago. We know a little bit about the lunch thing and about the health clinic, how that was shut down, but especially you, Fred, because you're the leader, you're the chairman here for Illinois, is that? Yeah. And so maybe if you could just wrap some of the stuff that you think is really specific, that especially to Chicago, and then in general, whatever. But maybe we could start with that.
We got a lot of problems in Chicago. Our Deputy Minister of Defense, Bobby Rush, is out on 2 appeals for gun charges. I'm out on an appeal for trumped-up robbery, and we got around 9 people still locked up in jail. We have 2 people still locked up in jail from July 30th shootout we had with the pigs, and we have around 4 or 5 more still locked up from the last ambush at the office on a week ago Saturday, I think. And these people are people who work hard for the party here in Chicago, and the main thing that we believe caused the vamp on the office leads right back to what you were talking about, the chairman being in Chicago. People came into the office and piled up the supplies for the health clinic and burned it in the middle of the floor. This showed some type of megalomaniac tendencies that these people have, because they're obsessed and they're crazy with power. They came into there and they ripped the brothers out of the office and then beat them brutally when they got them outside the office. The brothers did not shoot at them like they claimed they did. They said that somebody in the block was sniping, and these drunkard bastards went up in the office and burned the whole office down because some people were shooting at them. The main issue is that the chairman's down there at the federal building, and the chairman's being tried illegally. We don't think that old people have a right to try the chairman. We don't think that this judge, he's too old, he's too outdated, he's too outmoded, he's too decrepit, he's too senile, he's too stupid, and he's too racist, and he's too imperialistic to try a chairman. He's got too many fucked up traits. And so the issue now is that we organize the people around some of these bad traits, some of these illegal traits that this man has, some of these traits that would not allow him, whether he wanted to or not, to be able to give our chairman a fair trial. You see, when you get that old, you don't do what you want to do, you do what you have to do. And even if he did get some type of good feeling about wanting to try a chairman in the proper manner, it wouldn't even be possible. He doesn't have enough strength in his body to try to withstand any type of attacks that the press would launch on him if he gave our chairman a fair trial. We want him out of the courtroom, and we want our chairman released, because the chairman is not a criminal. As a matter of fact, he's just the opposite of a criminal. He's just as far from being a criminal as that judge is from being a teenager, because he's the father of our Breakfast with Children program, he's the father of our free health clinic. And this is not, if this is criminal, then we all want to be criminal. If it's criminal to feed children that are hungry, if it's criminal to start a program that says that the only prerequisite that people have to have to involve themselves in this program is to be hungry, then we're going to continue to be criminal. If it's criminal to say that the only prerequisite that people have to have when they want free medical aid is that they be sick, then we intend to continue to be criminal. And because we think that this shows the contradictions of that slaughterhouse down there, what they call a Cook County Hospital, where they take people and experiment on them, and they got these gaping apes down there that are waiting to launch some type of physical attack on people and rip them off, take intestines and anything else that they need for some of their relatives. And we know about all these maniacs because this Dr. Bernard was a maniac. We call him the fastest knife in the West. And he's ripping black people off, and all these fascists ripping black people off. It's a racist tendency. These people don't have any right to determine when black people are going to die. They don't have any right to be able to lay a black man down and say that we think he was close enough to death that we should take his heart. Because these motherfuckers, we know where they at, and we know they want some of everything off of us. They like some of our sex organs. They like some of everything, some of our brains and arms and everything. And we're not going to allow these motherfuckers to rip us off. We know that with the way this fascism is going, it'll be around 3 weeks and you won't be able to go in and get a physical checkup Every time people go in there, they'll come out and he just died, and he had a common cold or anything, and the motherfucker, he just died, and it just happened that another person was in there who needed a heart, and we took his heart and gave him to this other man. We think there's too much racism, there's too much fascism, there's too much imperialism to allow these people to play with our lives in general and play with our chairman's life in specific. This man has no right, and this is what the people have to understand. We out here trying to educate, trying to inform, trying to organize, and trying to teach the people some revolutionary political power and have them to arm themselves. We know that once the people are armed, those people cannot be oppressed, and they cannot be repressed without any type of retaliation, and retaliation is the only thing in the world that's ever going to stop fascism. It's not a question of nonviolence or violence. The question is between resistance to this fascism or either non-existence within fascism.
You know, you're talking a lot, and I can see what you're saying about the anarchy and the whole trip about that with the SDS, and yet, like, you and the people around you seem to be, like, always in danger. You know, you could be killed as you walked out of here, because this happened to a lot of people in the Black Panthers and all the black movements. And, like, can you be sure that your movement, are you strong enough now, you know, that are you going to go on? Is the Black Panthers, if you are killed, will the breakfast program go on just on a, you know, day-to-day type level?
Last year we started 3 Breakfast for Children program, and this year we gave those 3 to the people, and they're running those Breakfast for Children already.
And people are.
Right. And our whole program is geared toward educating the mass of the people, and that free health clinic that we have, the people in the community are going to run that clinic. And after a while, we're going to give them that clinic, and we're going to move on to higher levels, because we understand the difference between the vanguard and the people. We're not going to practice imperialism. We're going to keep out there setting up some new examples, some new revolutionary programs that the people can basically relate to, because basically people are progressive and basically people are revolutionary. We're not worried about them killing anybody, because I think that, you know, they jailed Huey P. Newton, and they ran Cleve out the country, Elvis Cleve out the country, and they jailed Bobby Seale, and we got David Head up there now, who's very capable, most capable of running the Black Panther Party, and they can just take all of them they want to. We always want to have someone to fulfill that position, because that's the type of organization the Black Panther Party is. We don't produce buffoons, we produce leaders. Everybody in the Black Panther Party on any type of cadre, he's becoming a leader. We can, our minister, deputy minister of health in the state of Illinois can run the Black Panther Party, and so can anybody on this cadre. So all that they're involved in is an excursion in futility, because anybody that tries to deal with wiping out the leadership of the Black Panther Party is dealing with a time wasting. It's a futile effort to seize some type of power that can never be seized, because it's a type of flowing power, and it's a type of unending flow of this power. Every time somebody moves, we're just producing more and more people, you know. And you know how the story goes. That, you know, they had a chance. Wiping out power is what got them in the mess they're in now. Wiping out power is that's what's got the Black Panther Party on their ass, you know, because they wiped out so much power. So I think they about tired of wiping out power. They wiped out Martin Luther King, and they wiped out Malcolm X, you know what I mean? And they wiped out all these people. These people were produced. So I think that in the near future, you'll see programs initiated by the government, that they'll probably have the CIA protecting people like us. Because when they wiped out Huey P. Newton and Elvis Cleaver popped up, I know very well that they said we wish to God that we had kept Huey P. Newton on the scene, because this motherfucker's out of his mind.
Right on. Right on. Right on. Shit.